Hey, what's up? I am Michelle B, and in this video, I want to share with you 23 ways that you can reduce the decisions in your days to simplify your life. These are really simple, really little ways that you can streamline your life and avoid decision fatigue. So before we get started, I wanted to share with you a bit of an idea of how much decision fatigue actually impacts your day-to-day life by sharing with you a study that was done on decision fatigue and judges. So in this study, researchers analyzed about 1,000 decisions that were made by judges on whether they were going to release someone for parole. These judges were just dealing with streams of people that were pleading their case to be out on parole. Researchers found that at the beginning of the day, there was a 65% chance that the judges would release the prisoners out on parole. As the day went on, the judges made more and more decisions, the decision fatigue set in, that likelihood was decreased to about 0. Then the judges had lunch. Right after lunch, it went straight back up to 65%, and then as the day went on, it decreased down to 0 again. The judges suffered from serious decision fatigue from making constant decisions about whether these people would be released to go on parole. And you get that same decision fatigue that leads you to make terrible decisions from little things like what should I wear today or what should I eat today? Glucose has actually been found to be a really important fueler of willpower, so that's why after the judges ate lunch, they were sweet to go. It was back up to 65%. So in this video, I want to share with you 23 ways that you can design your life so that you're spending your time on the important decisions, the decisions that matter, like what creative project should I undertake or what goal should I be pursuing, not the little ones like what food should I be eating or what shoes do I put on today. Create if-then checklists. So if I get angry, I'll journal it out. If I feel sluggish, I'll have a big 1-liter bottle of water. I talked more about if-then checklists in my video on how to get out of a negative headspace. I'll have that linked up here and down below. Have a standard gift that you give to people. We all love candles. You can also have a standard gift for certain people. So me and my sister, we always gift each other dates. Set up your workstation the night before. That way, as soon as you get up and you're ready to get to work, you don't have to make any decisions about what you're doing. It's all laid out in front of you. Get all of the same shaped mugs. I found that most people have a preference for mug size and mug shape, so get all of the same shaped mugs so that you never have to decide which mug to choose ever again. Meal prep or meal plan so that you don't have to choose what to eat. You'll just get home, you'll have a big pot of food or you'll have containered out food and you'll be ready to go. When you're working, put your phone in another room. That way, if you get a notification that dings up, you don't have to decide between checking the notification and continuing work. Plan your daily decisions the night before. It's so much easier to wake up with a clear idea of how you're going to tackle your day rather than having to make those decisions the morning of. Plan your day after you eat dinner so that your glucose is up there. Instead of letting those lingering decisions continue bugging you, write them down. For example, those things that occasionally cross your mind, like should I hire a cleaner someday or should I get a business coach? If you're constantly thinking of opportunities that you want to pursue but you can't pursue now, you're actually just creating a bunch of open loops in your mind that are going to be continuously nagging you. So close those loops and put them on a someday maybe list that you review regularly. If you've watched my weekly reset video and you've implemented a weekly reset, that's a really good time to review your someday maybe items. Minimize the amount of makeup that you own. The less eyeshadows you have, the less time you have to spend deciding what eyeshadow you're going to wear today. Book your appointments at your appointments. So when you get your hair done, book in 6 weeks from then on the spot. That way you can avoid that gross back and forth of having to decide on what day works for them and you. Have a stock list of standard stuff that you need to buy. So I hold all of mine online in my Woolworths account. Have a packing list so that you don't consistently forget something every time you pack and you don't have to decide what you need to pack every time you pack. I talked about creating this list and a few others in my list to make to organize your life video. I'll have that linked up here and down below. Do the most important thing first. Like the judges, your decision fatigue is going to set in as the day goes by. So do your important stuff in the morning. If you have any hard decisions that you need to make them in the morning when you're at your peak. Keep a running errands list. That way, when you go to the store, you know that you need to go to the post office and you also need to drop your pants to the mender. You don't make multiple trips for those things. Have a place where you store recommendations from people. So anytime anyone gives me a recommendation, I chuck it in my Google Keep label. Have reusable checklists for reoccurring activities. That way you don't have to think about what you have to do every single time you do that activity. So for me, that looks like a new video checklist, a monthly tax checklist, a weekly reset checklist. Create homes in your space for all of the items that you own. I created a whole video on this in my 30 Days to Simplify challenge. I'll have it linked up here and down below. That way you never have to make a decision about where to put something back because everything has its own space. Have a list of things that you want for Christmas and for your birthday. That way when someone asks you, you don't even have to think about it. You can say, well, this is on my to-buy list if you want to get that for me. Have categorized notebooks. That way you never need to think about where you're going to write something down. If you're interested in how I've categorized my notebooks, I have a video on 7 ways to fill your notebooks. I'll link it down below and up here. Find the pen that is your favorite pen, the absolute ultimate pen that you love and adore. Then buy 10 of those pens. You'll never have to sift through pens ever again. If you like this video, you might actually like a video I did quite a while ago on 25 different ways to simplify your life. It has even more ideas for you to implement, especially if you're on a simplification binge. I'll have that linked on the screen and down below. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I appreciate you guys so much, and I will see you soon.